All right. What a crazy week we have. The last week was crazy, but I hope I was at the week. I hope you were able to come out victorious. Let me know how your trading week was, especially on gold. So, as you can see, the live stream title says "Big moves coming." Big move coming. All right. So you know the drill. If you are just joining, let me know which part of the world you are joining from. Put in the chat. We're going to start. I'm so excited. This week I've been busy though. I traded less because there was this project I was handling. So it took me off my screen most of the trading days. But however, we were able to take some few intraday trades. And but gold was crazy. It's been long I saw such movement in gold. It's been long. So welcome to the live stream. And the next few minutes, I'm going to start. Okay, I'm going to start, and then we're going to start with gold. We're going to start with gold. Yeah. So as you can see, going back to the monthly, we have how many days left for the month to end? Today is the 21st. So the next 9 days, the month will end. So we barely have next week or this coming week to round up for gold, because Saturday, Sunday we public holiday. Then Monday will be on the 30th. Then this candle will close. All right. How it close is very important though. But as you know me, the monthly is bullish. All right. I'm not going to type so many things here because I want to look at other pairs. So on the weekly, last week we closed above, and this week we traded back here. More like a break and retest. So for me personally, I'm expecting a push higher from here because the weekly have not created any rejection of resistance. So we only have a fresh resistance here. So two things will happen for this weekly to be bearish. If this week closes below this, okay, that creates a form of support, broken, turn to resistance. This is what I mean. If we have a red candle here, let me change this to red. All right, red candle closes below this support here, which I believe, or I am looking at to look for a bullish trade to continue the bullish move of the weekly. If it's broken and then we have a rejection there in the next week, after this week we are trading, the upper week we have a rejection that creates a resistance, and then that may be responsible for pushing price down. So this is one scenario which, for it to play out, I need to see how the trading week we are entering we close. All right. Another scenario here is simply we continue pushing higher. We push higher into this resistance. Then we have a rejection to the downside. Those are the scenarios for a bearish trade. If not, it won't hold. All right. But for me, based on my weekly outlook, on my weekly time frame, I do not switch my stance just because the market has printed a bearish candle on the weekly. Okay, this is not enough. All right. Now you might say, yeah, you might be entering the party late. No, not necessarily. All right. Because the work of the daily is to give us this. Okay. This bearish market or this bearish candle on the weekly. That is the work of the daily. All right. But for weekly itself, I'm still very bullish on this pair. So I'm looking at two areas. First is this that has been rejected, and then second is this. In short, from year to year, I have some multiple opening price. All right, so this is what I'm looking at. Okay, one was here, which I took some trade and I exited because of the way the price action was. So now going to the daily. But before I go to daily, let me acknowledge those in the chat. I see Jack the drummer says it's from Kenya. Jack, you're welcome. And Jack says, and how can I get one-time full mentorship? And for how much? Jack, first of all, get my free mini course. From the free mini course, you can, one of the emails, you can reply with this and I will answer you. All right. I have all my prices on the website, rabafx.com. If you go to register, you are going to see the prices. But I will not say pay immediately. What I will say is that join the email list, get the free mini course so that you understand the nitty-gritty of the opening price strategy, using it as a support and resistance, or you use it as a supply and demand. They are the same name interchangeably because we are looking at price. All right. So from there, you can reply to any of the emails. Then I will respond to you. Okay. Duality says hello. Duality, how are you? I hope you're good. And also, don't forget, if you have a particular pair you want me to look at, kindly put it in the live chat there. All right. So let's go back to the crazy price action movement in gold this week. So as you can see, this was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There was no straight movement down. Now, if you understand price action, what it means is that the momentum has slowed down. The momentum is low. So I won't be surprised if price starts pushing higher. All right, from here. So now, the way I trade is when the weekly is telling me to buy, I simply look at areas on the daily. All right, because the weekly time frame is bullish. But because of the way the price action is, I'll wait for a confirmation on the daily time frame to give me the push up. So notice what happened here. We have resistance. Created one here. Created another one here. We close below this. And we retest it. All right. Let me use this. You can see that we retested this opening price here. And we rejected. Okay. We didn't touch this one. So what is it telling us? It means price wants to go lower. All right. And this was on Thursday. So on Friday, it went deep before coming back up. All right. So let's take a look at the monthly, the 4 hour. So you can entertain some bearish trade there. But I want to see, you can entertain some bearish trade there. I think I changed this to red. What color do I use? They have forgotten. Okay. Price rejected from this level. Okay. So I won't be surprised if price. I don't want to be a long-time seller here. All right, I have to be careful when I'm in the sell. I have to make sure that I'm in the market. Okay, so that I can watch the price action in lower time frame in the 1 hour to see where I can exit. But this market is daily bearish. All right, this market is daily bearish. All right, so it makes sense to push price lower into maybe back to this support. Okay, because as you can see, we've created another resistance here. So if price touch that level, I'll be selling. I'll be selling from there. Okay, if we come back in here, I'll wait for my confirmation and take the trade to the downside. Probably I've been targeting here because of the nature of the price action. As you can see, at first it was within this range, yeah, broke it with this candle, came back to retest the continuation opening price and then push lower. Okay, so because of that, you won't be holding for a long term, and moreover, the monthly and the weekly are still very bullish. So if you are taking a sell trade, make sure you are targeting the next opening price, okay, and then allow the rest to move. So this is what I'm looking at on gold. Short-term bearish movement. If you can come back, if you can trade lower, or during the week we create a new support. Okay, we create a new support. Then I'll be looking at ways to take that bullish trade. But before then, the market is bearish on this pair. Back to the chat here. I see Tokwe Ogungbemi says from Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome, Tokwe. Hope you are doing well. So let me know the currency pair you want me to take a look at. So looking at Euro USD, we go to Euro USD. As you can see, Euro USD is monthly bullish. If you follow my analysis last week, you will see everything I spoke on this pair. We are monthly bullish. We started the move from this opening price, yeah. We rejected from that and then we push higher. Nothing to really discuss here. Aside from we're having tough time here. We are at resistance, okay? And that is why you see some funny price actions here. We are resistant, but the good thing is that we are trading above this currently. So if this month ends above this, yeah, then it's a sign that we might continue pushing higher. All right, simple to analyze. You don't have to squeeze your chart. Okay, you don't have to squeeze your chart. Now from this market structure, yeah, most people will be looking to sell based on this structure to the downside. I'm not saying it's not going to sell, but however, I have to wait until it gives me that confirmation that it's selling, which will start from the daily. Okay. Aside from that, I'll continue buying. Because if you look at this, initially this was the first point of sell. The next one is this. Now it's touching this. If it closes above that this month, we will push higher. Okay. So that is a simpler way to analyze the market. Coming to the weekly. What happened here? We created a fresh resistance. Okay. This is interesting. We created a fresh resistance. After rejecting, let me see this. One. This opening price here. Okay, rejecting that opening price. The middle one. Okay. And then last week we created a bearish trade. So there are ways I get my confirmation that the weekly wants to go bearish. All right. All this, you get to know them by the time you join our LI Traders program. But however, I will encourage you to join the mini course. If you have joined the mini course and you are enjoying it, let me know in the chat. All right. So that others will know that it's not a mediocre course. It's free course loaded with information that will change your game. All right. So I'll wait for price to reject here. All right. I will not be buying into resistance. Okay. Like if price is trading here, I will not be looking for buy trade. It doesn't really make sense. Okay. It does not make sense to be looking for buy in a higher time frame resistant level. Okay. Or supply level. So we need to now go to the daily. The daily, in fact, till the end of this month, you'll be more focused on scalping and intraday trading. Okay. So what I can see is that we rejected here. So we are still bullish on this pair. But my bullish nature, if I'm bullish, once price tap into this weekly level, I'm going to take my profit. All right. So where can we take this trade? First thing first, we can take a trade here. The moment we trade below this, okay, you can take a trade from there. And if it gives us a push-up push, a deeper push, a push-up push. If it gives us a deeper push down, all this region here will be areas where I will buy back into this area. All right. You have to be careful with that daily and the weekly resistance level, please. Those can change the direction of the market instantly. All right. Or better still, you wait and see if there's going to be a form of change of direction, because part of the strategy that will help you become a successful trader is patience. All right. You don't necessarily need to trade in some days. Okay. You need to simply wait and let the market present opportunities for you. Okay. Number one, why this level might be considered a high risk is because it's close to the resistance. But however, I can take it. I will take this risk. If it takes me out, it's part of the trading. Okay. So when price comes in, yeah, I'm going to buy. Probably I will refine it. I'm going to buy. Once it taps in here, I'm going to buy. Okay. Excuse me. I'm going to buy. And then my target will be this level here. That's what I can see. Okay. Next on the list is NAS 100. As you can see, these are levels I marked for my entries. This entry, I missed it because of my engagement this week, and I was so angry. Why? Because I've been monitoring that level for a while. All right. And I was expecting it to bounce back the moment it comes back in here. Okay. But I missed that. It was so painful. Coupled with the fact that the market conditions for the week was just crazy. All right. Especially on gold. So I wanted to use other pairs to give me some action while I'm on my phone. So as you can see, price came in here, push up. But notwithstanding, let's look at the overall picture. All right. And you can see we are trading in all-time high territory. We are attacking this high, as I said. Now, based on the monthly, nothing to be afraid of. The monthly is still bullish. And we'll be expecting this big move upward. But don't worry about monthly. Monthly is very slow. Monthly is very slow to move. Okay, so we will not be entertaining any potential levels on the monthly. All right, but however, if I can get a close above this supply area, or you call it resistant area, at the end of the month, if this month closes above this, then we should push higher even stronger. All right, if we can close above this, it signals that yes, we should be pushing higher into new all-time high. You can see that level rejected last month, but if this one closes above it, then that level is weak. We use that as a support and then push price higher. So on the weekly, price coming here is a good area to buy. This weekly price level is a good area to trade the reaction from that area. When price come, it will react. So that's what we take. We react to the market at certain levels. Okay. Now, another one, I can say that the market has created a fresh support as well. All right. Now, if you don't understand what I'm doing, I understand it's not your typical trading methods you've seen on YouTube, smart money, indicators, support and resistance, the classic support and resistance that, you know, how to draw multiple touches on resistance and support. I understand. And that is why I created a free mini course to enlighten you on the method I use, so that when you are watching me, okay, it won't be strange to you. So go to the link and then get the mini course. The course will be coming in daily from Monday to Friday. I do it like that so that when I send a message, you consume it, you digest it. And some of them will come with assignment. You are going to do the assignment and send to me. I will vet it or acknowledge that I've received it. And then it's going to help you understand the way I analyze the market. All right. So as you can see, we have this support. How do we identify that? Sell and buy at the same level. We mark it. And as you can see, why didn't this market just push high? It's because of this place here. And it rejected. For it to reject, it's a sign that this level will give us some headaches. So what we want to do is that we want to try another push from this support to see if we can eventually break it. If not, we come back down to this level. As you can see, I have this level here, I have another level here. Okay, if this does not work, I'm not afraid to take a stop loss, because I know I can take one stop loss and the next 10 trades I'm successful. That is the beauty of this strategy. All right, but the problem is if you are afraid to even take price trade at the close to the high of that leg. All right, that is another thing. We are the high here. As you can see, price went up. Let me push down to this level. Price went up, close above this. The next area of support is this level. Be bold. Take your trade there. All right. Now, once you take your trade there and it doesn't push the way it does, take the loss. That means it's going to come to another next support. It's going to come there and you attempt to buy in because you know that the market is bullish. Probably wants to do some deeper correction. Okay. And if you assess where is rejecting from, it's from the opening price. Okay. So now from here, but in this case, it closes above this. This was a support, broken, now turned resistant, but it didn't stand. Price closed above it. Okay, price closed above it. That signals that we should be pushing higher. So when it came back to a level of support here or demand, maybe I will use it interchangeably. Level of demand here. What happened? Price push up again and closed above it. Now, when it closes above it, it uses it as what? As support. Retest and push higher. Now it's creating a fresh resistance or supply area to sell. All right. But the bad thing is that we have this level also created. So as you can see, price move from one key level to another key level. By the time you understand this, the way the market move and respect these opening prices, you're going to see a whole lot of difference in your trading. Okay. Mox says, hello. Hi, everyone. Mox is from South Africa. How is SA, Mox? All right. So let's go back. So from this now, I simply have two levels. I'm going to mark it. The first one is this rejection here. And the second one is this. So we have a very close range to play with. If it closes below, then we push lower. All right. But this is the weekly level. So we don't do anything here. We just mark that level, go to the daily. Now on the daily, this is looking like price we push lower. So this is the level now. Instead of getting it here, once it gets to this level, I will entertain a buy here. You know what this is doing? What I'm doing here is I don't want to show you the counter trend trade, because when you trade both trend following and counter trend in a market like this, you may lose all your profit to this counter trend if it doesn't work. Okay, so sometimes wait for the market to get to a very good price for you to buy. Forget about the sell. If you are a beginner, unless you are really sophisticated, you know how to pick this. You can see the rejection from here. It went down. Look at the market very well. It respects those opening price. Came in, pushed down. Okay, if you understand that, good. But for me, the reason why I do this live stream is to help you position yourself in the direction where the market will go overall. Retracement happens, yes. However, once the market is about to push, it's going to push from that level, the opening price level, and then we can take this consistent. Imagine price move from here up to this way. No matter the number of days, you are going to catch some good trades going upward. Ignore the sell trade because the market is not bearish. That's the idea for this. All right. Unless you have a good strategy that can catch the sell trades. But overall, daily, weekly, and then monthly will always override whatever the counter trade is. So that's the piece of advice I have for you. Yeah. Oguntoye says, oh, Isaiah from Ikorodu, please NZDJPY. All right. So I'll wait for price to come back here and then examine our next move from there. I'm not going to entertain a sell trade. Yeah. Especially below the resistance. No. If I'm taking a sell, I will have entered somewhere here. I will not take a trade here. Okay. So that is that. Bullish trades come in here. I will buy. That's my setup there. NZDJPY. Let's take a look at the request. NZDJPY. Okay. Now, as you can see, this level push price. Why is price causing issue here? We have some key monthly levels at the same time, at the same place rather. Okay. Price came the first time, rejected. Just watch. Price came in, The second time went through this first one, touched this one, and rejected. So it's telling you something. Those levels are quite strong level, especially this on the monthly level. Now let me simply show you something. Yeah, that's right. Okay, price came. This was acting like support. If I came all the way down here, picked it, push up, came back, it couldn't pass, came back, it could not, came back, and eventually broke. Once it broke, it becomes a resistance or a supply area. Price came in and then did what? Push to this level. So this is a new push. Now we have gotten to another level that may change the course of this pair. Okay, but as it stands, before or as I record this video, or as I'm doing the live stream here, the market is bullish on the monthly. However, we're at areas of strong resistance. Okay, so going to the weekly, this is still the level. We close below all this level, below this level here. This is the visible level I can see above. The rest we have not touched it. All right, so price came first time, second time coming, rejected. Now look at, if this is a stubborn level and price wants to break it, most times it will create a fresh demand for that. You want to create a fresh demand or a fresh support, price come in and then push high. Example is here. In fact, I'm using this live stream to teach you something. All right, and I don't mind. Price came, yeah, rejected, created a new level here. This break and retest here. Came in, push higher. So the same thing, this is what I can see here. In fact, there are two that I can see. So I'm going to mark that level for you. This. So once price is within this zone, you can start looking for bullish trade. All right, in this case, I would recommend you go for intraday. Go for intraday and scalping opportunities because we are the monthly support. And look at something good. We close above the weekly supply area, or let me say some resistant. Okay, so this might give us a push high. Then going to the daily, clumsy market, clumsy. But do you notice something? Price refused to close above this. Notice it. These are powerful techniques. All right, it came here too. It refused to close. All right, let me take off this. Okay, so the daily is looking more bearish to me. All right, so how do you trade this? You can look for the sell trade the moment price comes in here. We are selling back to the daily level. Okay, back to the daily. Once price goes back there, look at the daily level here. The moment price, see, you have to pay attention to this. If price move higher to the 4-hour, yeah, you have to be looking at this level for profit taking. So now the question is, will you even be available when this happens? Because when the Asian market happens, I will not be available. I'll be sleeping. So I will simply wait and see what happens there. During the London session, I will make a decision and then I decide which area to move. All right. But if you're in Asia, you can try selling from here to here. That's how many pips of trade. Not much. So that is what I can see there. For Isaiah. Okay. Okay, as I said, Raba is highly appreciated. Thank you very much. Keep the pair coming. Keep the pairs coming. So let's look at US 30. US 30. The direction of bullish, bearish. Let's take a look at it. I said bearish, and you can see price push down. Okay. So the monthly is still bullish, as I said there. It's still bullish. This is a monthly level. Let me use a monthly line. Monthly level. This is a powerful level, yeah. This level is a powerful level. Believe it or not, it's a powerful level. And price closed above it, using it as what? Support. I doubt if price is going to come down. Well, I may be wrong, but from what I'm seeing, the way this candle is formed. Okay, weekly. So for the weekly, I'll prefer, in my own opinion, for price to come here. So change this to weekly level. I'll prefer price to trade to this point. However, we created a fresh weekly level here. So this is good enough. If price trade below, yeah, I will start looking for buy trades. All right, where will I be looking for that buy trade? From daily downwards. Okay. So the daily, I don't know. You can see these things are powerful. Okay, rejected. Close below, close back above, create new. So maybe during the week this time, this week I couldn't make any live stream because I was preoccupied, but hopefully by this week, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm going to come up live. Okay, I'll come up live, and then we are going to assess price action after Monday and Tuesday. Let it be Wednesday. Price action after Monday and Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, we now see the reaction, and then I will tell you which side you should be trading. All right, but for now, because Monday data has not come in, but based on what I'm seeing, I will prefer a buy from this level and also a buy from this level. Okay, and how can I achieve that? 4 hour. 4 hour. Oh, the price touched here, which is, and if you are late, you simply wait. Price, 1 minute. Change this. Can say price touched that level. That was the entry. Okay, this was the entry. Price touched that and push higher. Now, the way I look at it, if I take a trade here, I'll be looking at this area for my first take profit. Okay, that is how I look at it. Or I'll simply do this if I don't want to hold it too much, because of the way the market is. This level here, this Quasimodo, up, price touch there, take your profit. And you can see is when price touch that level, it rejected and then even closed bearish. Those levels are powerful. Believe me, trust me. The levels are powerful. No. US, Mexico. I don't think I should do that, please. All right, but however, I will look at it since you've asked. But limit the pairs to the majors, and then maybe the there's US, the 7 key currencies. Are they 7? Euro, pounds, New Zealand, Australian, Japanese yen, Canadian dollar, okay, and probably British pounds. Have I mentioned it's 6 or 7 thereabout? Interchangeably within them. All right, major and minor, okay, major and minor pairs. So let's go to US Mexico. Oh my god. Now which broker will I select? No. Is this currency? Oh, USD. Should be USD. Mexico. Mexico peso. So forex.com. Oof. How is the spread on this currency? I've never traded things like this. Okay. So from what I can see, monthly is bearish. We rejected from here. Push all the way. So this is where we are currently at. This is where we are currently at. Price broke that level. Came down, retest. Retest again, push higher. Okay. Now price is coming back there. And you can see it came all the way down, pushing back up and all that. If at the end of 9 days we close below, we should use that as a support and push price down to this next level. Okay. I will not be looking at these old prices that much. Okay. But you can pay attention to them. As you can see, strong resistance broken becomes support. And currently price has touched it and pushed higher. You can see those levels are very tough, very strong. Price touch and push higher. All right. So it all depends on the closure, yeah, based on the monthly. But where we are going to get our action is on the daily. Mostly daily is where we'll get action. If you are scalping, if you are intraday trading, if you are swinging, you see all the setups on the daily. I trust you. Just trust me on that. All right. So we are bearish, yeah. Then what this means is if price can give me trades to this level, once price start trading to here, I'll be selling. If I'm trading this, I'll be selling. All right. Because we're approaching the supply area. We broke that level, which will serve as what? Supply or resistance, and push higher. Just like here. This is what I mean. Look at this place. What happened here? What happened here? Price closed below, came back that level or this top, and then push. Same thing. I didn't want to mark here because it's far. It's far off. Okay, this place is far off. I don't mark here because it's far. So the thing is, wherever price is currently, I will be looking at that level critically. Scroll down, go down to the daily and 4 hour. See, look for a setup that will form the very price trade in here. Then I will sell. All right. And if you decide to push up here, I will sell because it will eventually push down. Okay. So that is what I'm looking at on the Mexico US dollar, Mexico peso. All right. Then on the daily, you can see that level. You see that level on the daily. However, on the daily, I'm looking at this area. A trade in. We didn't touch. You can see here. We didn't touch. So I'll wait for price to come in there. That's what I'm looking at. Early sell trade to the downside. All right. If we go to the 4 hour down, what are we seeing? Nothing pretty. Market has pushed higher. So we are looking for a bearish trade. During the week, we are going to see that. Maybe remind me when I come on Wednesday. Classic. Classic. Sorry if I butcher your name. You can also remind me so that we take a look at it midweek. All right. So let's take a look at USD JPY. I think a lot of people trade this. USD JPY. Monthly, we are moving from here. And we created a new level here, which price came in, respected, and pushed higher. All right. Once the market closes bullish, we should be looking at here. But before then, I can say this level. Price rejected. If you close above, is a good sign. All right, good sign to get here. Once price closes above it, retest to this point here. All right. So weekly. So what I'm saying is that the monthly is still bearish. Okay, still bearish, but because of this push here, we are going to look at ways to get the bullish entry from the weekly and daily till we get to places like this. Okay, or even yeah, let me keep this level. Yeah, so weekly, we close above the sign we want to push higher. So weekly is bullish. Weekly, we are bullish on the weekly. Okay, so we continue the bullish nature. Next target here before we come into this area. Daily. So wait, this I wasn't looking at this, so I don't even really trade this. Now, for those of you that trade this was the entry. You can see entry there. Change this to daily. So now you just simply have to wait for a nice touch. Okay, now look at what I'm saying. Look at it. Supply of resistance was created, it broke. What happened? Price came to retest it, tapping, and then push higher. This was cool money. Okay, so where will I be looking at? I'll prefer price to come back and test this first, the retest. Okay, then this level. Yeah, below the retest, this level. This is what I'm looking at first trade to push higher. If it takes me out, as I said, I don't care. I will simply, this is the best possible area, definitely. Yeah. But I realize that sometimes you want to wait for this, market will not get there. Market will just simply respect this man and then push up. I'm speaking from experience, okay? Market will respect that man and push up. So it's better I apply my trade management, enter the trade there. If you push higher, I take some of my profit, allow the rest to roll. If it takes me out and then come here, I'll still enter again and then recover the money I've lost here. It's simple. Trading does not have to be flawless. You don't have to have flawless victory like Mortal Kombat. Okay, you take some jabs on your face as a boxer, but at the end of it, you have to make sure you come out victorious. That's the key thing. Okay, John Chigbo says, Edu from Port Harcourt. Okay, Edu, welcome. And then Classic says, okay, yeah. I would like to see you there, Classic, on Wednesday. So, in the absence of any pair for me to analyze, I'm getting tired here. I've been working since morning. I've been working since morning on my system. Okay. So you guys, I will see you guys on Wednesday. By the grace of God, let's see what the market will present to us from Monday to Tuesday. Hopefully, it will be positive. All right. So on that note,